Okay, in this video we are talking about the next part, which is translations. Translations are when the figure moves left, right, up, or down. Okay? So we have three ways that we can do a translation or tell you how to translate. I can tell you in words where I literally say I need it to go right 2 and up 3. And by it, I mean a point. So I need a point to go right 2 and up 3. I can use the arrow notation where my x and y coordinate are affected as such. My x coordinate, I'm going to add 2 to it. My y coordinate, I'm going to add 3. Or I can ask in vector form where I use arrowheads, or greater than less than sign if you want to think of it like that, instead of parentheses to give a set of coordinates where my x is moving in the positive 2 direction, and by 2 is the magnitude, and my y is moving in the positive direction by a magnitude of 3. Think of like Despicable Me, like that villain. His name was Magnitude because he was committing crimes with, or his name was Vector because he was committing crimes with magnitude and direction. So here, that's what vector form is. So if we look here, it said right 2 and up 3, or x plus 2, y plus 3. So negative 3 plus 2. And we can see it on the graph here with A. A is at negative 3, negative 1. So I need to go right 2. So 1, 2. And then I need to go up 3. So 1, 2, 3. And now A prime is located at negative 1, 2. And I can do the same thing for B. So for B, I am at negative 3, 4. I need to go right 2. So let's do it with this. So I need to add 2 and then add 3 for arrow form. So if I add 2, then B prime is located at negative 1. And if I add 3 to negative 4, then I should be at negative 1, negative 1. And we can check. If I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yep, B prime is right there. With C with the vector, again, we're going right 2 and up 3, so we can add 2, add 3 to our coordinates here. So negative 1 plus 2 means C prime is going to be at 1. And negative 4 plus 3 means that I will still be at negative 1. So if I go 1, 2, ooh, C is not at negative 1. C is at 0. So let's fix that real quick. So if 0 plus 2, then C prime will be at 2, negative 1. So 1, 2. And then we can go up 1, 2, 3. And we end up at C prime. And we have our triangle. Notice the triangle didn't change shape, it just slid up and over. Okay? So the triangle, a translation, it doesn't change the shape or size, it just slides it around in the document. Okay? Let's do one more just to be safe. So in this case, now it's saying left 2 and up 3, or in our arrow form, we're going to subtract 2 because moving to the left is negative. And then we have a plus 3. So I have my coordinates here where it said E is at 3, 0. So if I'm going to subtract 2 and plus 3, my E prime should be 1, 3. And my F here, if I again subtract 2 and add 3, then 3 minus 2 is 1 for my F prime, and negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And so I can see that by moving things here. D was at negative 3, 0, so 1, 2, 3. And then I move to the left 2, 1, 2, and then down 1, 2, 3. Oh, not down, up 1, 2, 3. So now D prime is there. E prime I go 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. E prime is there. And then F, I move to the left, and then 1, 2, 3, so F prime is there. And once again, we see that we have moved the shape and have not changed it. Okay, we're going to quickly fill in the rest of these notes here. We have a plus 2 minus 3. Same concept, negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. For our B prime, our C, again, we add 2 minus 3 because we're going right 2 and down 3. So right means we move in the positive, down means we move in the negative. And so we add that to our coordinates here, and so C prime ends up at 2, negative 2, because 1 minus 3 is negative 2, and that's where our coordinates are for that. For the last one, we're doing a double negative. We're moving to the left and down, so I'm going to subtract 2 and subtract 3. So I subtract 2, subtract 3, and I end up at E prime, which is going to be 1, negative 1. And my F prime, when I subtract 2 and subtract 3, since I'm subtracting negative 3 minus 2 would be negative 5 because they have the same sign. Negative 1 minus 3, since they have the same sign, I add, so I'm at negative 4. And that is how we do a translation by just moving the figure. We take whatever we have in words or arrow form or vector, and we add it to our pre-image in order to get the image.